The year is 2050. You step outside and marvel at the glittering cityscape buzzing with self-driving cars. Your AI assistant orders your coffee and schedules your telemeeting for work. You video chat your grandmother, who is celebrating her 100th birthday, but in other parts of the country. Cities are retrofitting infrastructure to handle harsh droughts and coastal flooding. Protests call for equality, as America copes with becoming a majority non-white nation for the first time. Massive wind and solar farms stretch across the heartland to power America's homes. How did we get to this futuristic, and at times unfamiliar, version of America? Well, between now and 2050, our nation will undergo incredible transformations spanning technology, energy, demographics, climate, economics, and culture. These monumental shifts will change the fabric of America as we know it. In this video, I'll highlight 5 pivotal events set to alter the course of America by the year 2050. From the retirement of the boomers to the takeover by automation, this video unveils upcoming changes destined to reshape American life down the road. So watch until the end, because some of these forecasts might surprise you. Welcome to GeoStory. 1. The aging of the baby boomers. The baby boomer generation refers to the large cohort of Americans born between 1946 and 1964 during the post-World War II economic boom. In 2050, the youngest baby boomer will be 86 years old. As this huge segment of the population enters their senior years, the impact on society will be enormous. America will need expanded senior services, elderly health care, and facilities. There will also be effects on Social Security and Medicare as a wave of people qualify for these programs. The changing needs of baby boomers will require shifts in housing, transportation, and infrastructure to accommodate this aging population. 2. Rise of automation. Another change coming by 2050 is the continuing rise of automation, artificial intelligence, and advanced robotics. Jobs that involve routine, repetitive tasks have already begun to be automated. But by 2050, whole industries could see radical changes. Autonomous vehicles may displace millions of truck and taxi drivers. AI could take over many service jobs. Automated factories and warehouses will reduce the need for human labor, while certain high-skill jobs will still be necessary. Low-skill occupations could decline significantly, which may worsen income inequality. These automation trends will lead to huge impacts on the American workforce and economy. 3. Renewable energy. The years leading up to 2050 are also likely to see a major shift in America's energy sources. Renewables like solar, wind, geothermal, and hydropower will become increasingly cost-competitive. Emissions-cutting policies and carbon taxes may accelerate this green transition. By 2050, some experts predict over half of U.S. electricity generation could come from renewables, versus under 20% today. This would fundamentally reshape America's energy economy, altering jobs, infrastructure, and more. And new technologies like advanced batteries, smart grids, and electric vehicles will reinforce this change. 4. Climate change effects. This brings me to another huge change ahead: the effects of climate change. While efforts to reduce emissions may mitigate the long-term impacts, some changes are already locked in for the coming decades. Rising sea levels, extreme heat waves, drought, wildfires, and other extreme weather events will increasingly affect American communities. Populations may shift from coastal areas. Some regions will struggle with water scarcity, while others battle inland flooding. There will likely be large economic costs. America's cities, agriculture, and infrastructure will need to demonstrate resilience against climate change effects by 2050. 5. Shifting racial demographics. Finally, the makeup of America's population will continue to diversify by 2050, according to projections. Whites will become a minority, dropping below 50% of the populace. Hispanics will drive much of this change, growing from about 18% of the population today to over 24% by 2050. The Black and Asian populations will also increase as a share of the U.S. as America becomes majority non-white. There will likely be increased cultural blending and political shifts. The youth population in particular will represent the growing diversity. Many regions will see racial and ethnic transformations, shaping local communities. These are just a few of the major transitions, shaping America's trajectory towards 2050, from automation to climate change, energy systems to racial diversity. The country will navigate enormous shifts in the coming decades. While the details are hard to predict, it's clear the nation will undergo fundamental changes affecting every facet of society. The 2050 version of America will hardly resemble today. What other huge changes do you think America will experience on the road to 2050? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with future videos. Thanks for watching.